country introduced a new anti-LGBTQ plus law earlier this year. On the 7th of August, the public prosecutor's office confirmed that 71 men had been arrested and charged with unnatural acts as authorities intensify a crackdown on same-sex relations. A further 28 men had charges dropped due to insufficient evidence. Human rights organizations have strongly criticized the legislation, arguing that it violates international human rights protections. For more on this, we're now joined on the line by journalist and geopolitical analyst Amadou Camara Gueye. A very good afternoon to you, Amadou. Thank you so much for your time. What has changed then in Senegal since the new anti-LGBTQ plus law, which came into effect, and how has it changed the authorities' approach to same-sex relations? And of course, as you respond to that, give us a sense of your thoughts around 71 men being arrested on these charges.
Mhm. So I think it is a continuity of a process because the 71 people were arrested. They were arrested 3 or 4 months ago, and the process is still underway. But fortunately or unfortunately, 28 people were released. And today, member of some association or NGO reacted following the release of these 28 people, and they are still charging against their dismiss because they think that these cases are beyond LGBT Act. It is about public health because some people were arrested uh, as they were deliberately infecting people in HIV. That's why the situation is still very tense, and the 71 people are still under arrest and they are waiting for their fate in the upcoming days or upcoming month.
I'd like you to just explain that to me again. Are you saying that the act actually, these men were arrested under this act on the premise that they pose a safety risk?
Yes, yes, but I think they are detained in a good condition in prison because among them there are some celebrities. And recently, even the Minister of Justice, Mr. Sarr, inspected the prisons and reiterated his desire to have detention centers that better respect human rights. I think they are treated the same as everyone else. Senegal respects the right of its citizens and of all detainees, regardless of their gender, sex, or age.
Uh, uh,
I think. Mhm.
yeah, I mean, outside of how they treated in prison, I'm just curious about the legality of some of these arrests. What are the LGBTQ plus community and human rights organizations in the country saying about the impact of these arrests on their safety and their ability to live openly? And when I speak about safety, I'm not talking about how they're being treated in prison.
Mhm. I got you. So you bear in mind that in March 2026, the National Assembly of Senegal passed a new law, the President Bassirou Diomaye Faye enact, and it doubles the penalties ranging from 5 to 10 years of imprisonment without parole and fine, ranging from 2 to 10 million of francs CFA. And today the law is typhon, is very typhon, and it is very difficult for LGBT community to live in Senegal because people are very hostile to LGBT. People do not like them in Senegal. And many activists, NGO, and association today are fighting against LGBT community because they think that it not align with our reality in Senegal. And that's why the situation is very tense. And some international community, Human Rights Watch, or as an NGO, think that Senegal also must not do like that, because people have the right to be LGBT or not. So it is a very tense debate. But as regard here in Senegal, most of the people are very hostile to LGBT communities. They do not like them.
Yeah, I mean, as you noted earlier, 28 men had their charges dropped due to insufficient evidence. It also just raises concern, doesn't it, around just the broader wording of the law, which could lead to arrests based on just suspicion, or accusations rather than concrete evidence that I would imagine this law would seek.
Yeah, but this law also was very protected. For example, you cannot, if you accuse someone of LGBT act without having any evidence or any proof, also you can be sentenced. So it is protected. So it's not that anybody can raise a day and say this guy or this woman is an LGBT. No, it's not like that. The law is protected, and if you accuse someone without having proof and evidence, also you can face the justice. So, but what is changed is that the law has been tightened now, because at the beginning people want to criminalize it. The member of the parliament wanted to criminalize it, and what is changed is that now it is more than 5 years. It is 10 years of imprisonment, and it is enacted by the President Bassirou Diomaye Faye since March 2026.
That's where we have to leave it. I'm afraid Amadou Gueye, journalist and geopolitical analyst, speaking to us there after more than 70 men have
Thank
been
you.
arrested in Senegal since the country introduced this new anti-LGBTQ plus law earlier this year. A further 28 men, as we've been saying, had their charges dropped due to insufficient evidence. All right, we're going to continue with more news and more engagement after this. But for now, let's in fact head to the news desk with some of those news headlines. Matebelo standing by.
SABC News.